Hello ladies and gentlemen, and for today's video, I am going to share my favorite movie and criticizing it using the 5 different literary theories. Without further ado, let me start. So my favorite movie recently, I really don't know if it is a movie or a teleserye lang. So it is the Noli Me Tangere, an adaptation series of GMA. So I know that some of you guys or all of you are familiar with it, but honestly, I am not. Because through back when I was in high school, I didn't read it all due to in one book we are three sharing with the book, so I don't given a chance to borrow that book because I am just an average person, and atong mga panahon na mas naay privilege ang mga bright nga mubasa sa tibuok nga libro, mas sila ang priority. So Noloy Me Tangere is a famous novel written by Jose Rizal. So I have a little knowledge about it, but yes, I know what the purpose of that novel, but I really don't know the whole plot, the whole setting in that novel. So when the GMA had an adaptation, so I take the chance, the opportunity to watch it, and of course so that I can know the whole pangyayari sa libro. So again, the favorite movie, or maybe this is just an teleserye nga akong gikabuangan karon, is the Maria Clara and Crisostomos Ibarra's love story. So the first literary theories that came up to my mind when I saw this adaptation of Maria Clara and Crisostomo Ibarra is the historicism theory. So as what I saw, it was historical significant and was instrumental in establishing the Filipino sense of national identity and nationalism. It is indirectly influenced a revolution, although the author, Jose Rizal, advocate non-violent means and only direct representation to the Spanish government. He wanted to help the Filipinos awaken to the reality and to become conscious from the oppression and the ignorance they possess. Since we were under the Spanish colonization by that time, Filipinos that day were being used and trampled on. All the rights and privilege they should have been experiencing were being taken away from them just because they did not have enough power and money to speak out. Even those fellow countrymen with position and power be titled those with nothing, regardless of race. The movie exposed corruption and brutality of the civil guards, which drive good men to crime and banditry. Noli Me Tangere exposed corrupt friars like Padre Damaso and Padre Salvi, who have made the Catholic religion an instrument for enriching and prolong themselves in power. Instead of teaching Filipinos through Catholicism, they control the government by opposing all progress, like how bandits. They always use faith and religious to gain the approval of the people under them, and to believe in everything they say. Rizal highlighted how Filipinos live under the ruling government and described the inequities of the Spanish Catholic priest. Noli Me Tangere, however, also highlighted virtues and good qualities of an unspoiled countryman. The devotion and the reserve of the Filipina, like Maria Clara. The generous hospitality of the Filipino family as seen in Capitan Tiago and his family. The devotion of parents to their children and children to their parents. The deep sense of gratitude and the passionate love that remains unblemished through time. Okay, so let's move on to the second one. So the second literary theories that came up on my mind also when I saw the adaptation is the Marxist theory. So the country during Rizal's time was weak and helpless. People were misguided. So friars become the main oppressors. Government officials were under these friars, and all this represent the superstructures of community in which they continue to spread their power, their abusive manipulation by using the weaknesses of Filipinos to fulfill their own interest. So the friars have the greatest power in the community, capable of collecting taxes, putting a particular person to death, dictating how towns and communities should be run, and becoming a political leader themselves, through the help, of course, by the governor generals and civil guards. And in a Marxist point of view, the change is typical to those who were oppressed by capitalists and authorities who have no other thought but to gain more power and dominion all over the land it colonized. Okay, so the next literary theory is the feminism theory. So I knew it that it is not new to you guys, since kapansin-pansin ang mga kababaihan noon kaysa ngayon. So the men of Noli Me Tangere are numerous and loud. Much of them are intelligent. Discourse is also granted to them by Rizal. But it's the women that have fascinated me since I first saw that adaptation movie. So it's Maria Clara and Sisa, probably the most memorable woman in Filipino literature, and their lives, their fates that influences my discomfort with culture's treatment of femininity. Maria Clara's beauty, that is her purity and innocence, a close second. Always, she is in white or wearing white accents, pale against the lacy fabrics of her gowns. She is praised endlessly for her white skin, her devotion to God and to all saints, her quiet demeanor, how soft his words when he speak, devout attendance of mass, and also a very subservient. In contrast to Maria Clara's aristocratic, fragile portrayal in Sisa, Sisas are painfully common. She is brown as what Filipino are. She is concerned with her survival and that of her 2 sons. Sisa has no spare moment to kiss cents and no spare pesos to buy a cent to kiss. But we still see the effects of the Maria Clara Sisas dynamic today in how pale skin of Filipino women populate the entertainment industry, in how the Filipino church can easily abuse its poorest devoters, in how Filipino women growing up hearing, dapat mahinhin ka katulad ni Maria Clara. The dress code from the past than today, and then also the suitors from the past and today is very different. So from the past, they make harana with you, but today, one chat or one call, then meet up, then boom, you are or they are finally together. I can really say that ang mga babae karon is lahi ra sana. The characteristic, the personality is very different. They can't even express their feelings to that boy. Pero karon, pwede kaayo na ang babae na imuuna sa laki. So, the babae sa una is very, very formal. Unlike karon, murag simi na lang. So, another literary theories that I've choose is the deconstructionism theory. So, if I am given a chance to deconstruct the tragic ending of Maria Clara and Crisostomo Ibarra, I will let them live as happy ever after. I want to grant their wish that they want to marry each other, and then of course building their own families too. Then the friars will be, I'm going to sit them into jail, and also I want to punish them, or worst, I will kill them in that story or in that novel. So that Maria Clara and Crisostomo Ibarra has had a more fairy tale na ending. So the last literary theories that I've chosen is the reader response theory. So again, I am not really into reading books, so I don't know the whole story of this, and of course the characters, I really don't know who they are all, but of course I know the purpose of this, why Rizal wrote this, and then blah blah blah. So at first I really admit that I thought that this is just nothing, that this book is just useless to read. I really admit that I am wrong, but now I can really say that Rizal was not just a hero, but a brave martyr and inspirational for all youth. Freedom and independence he just wanted for his kapwa Filipino like us. It teaches the values of wisdom, fighting what is right, and leaving our country to empower the youth as the catalyst of change of our country. Also, we should reflect on our action and beliefs for our country, to promote nationalism and to accept change in ourselves. We must patronize our country by respecting the law, promoting Philippine culture, and realizing the true goal of the country by helping each other towards the improvement of our country. Being a true Filipino is what Jose Rizal wants us to be. To know who we are and what is our true goals will make the country flourish. Okay, so that would be all. Thank you.